Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I am driving this, the BMW M5, the F90 and the Mercedes-AMG E63 S, and these cars are so special. I've even worn special shoes. Yes, that's right. But let's quickly get into the Mercedes and talk about it. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I am driving this, the Mercedes-AMG E63 S, and as you can see, my goodness, this car looks so beautiful. In fact, the hood doesn't open with the grille, so it has a hood of like a coupe-ish car. Anyways, this is the engine bay and it is handcrafted by Sascha Jonas, Mercedes-AMG Germany, and this is actually the place where AMG was founded, the place of foundation, and the two founders' name is there, AMG Alfalbach, Melcher Golbachev. I'm not sure that was right or not. Anyways, AMG written over here, Mercedes logo over here. I mean, it is all about heat dissipation. This is obviously to put the washer fluid for the windscreen wipers, and as you can see, there's a big fat air intake over here. So the car does look beautiful. In fact, with the engine open as well, it looks absolutely scintillating, doesn't it? Wow, what an engine and what a design. Now up front we get a single slat grille, a massive Mercedes logo over here, another Mercedes logo over here, and there's a front parking camera as well. Lot of insects and small birds which have been the victim to this car's massive performance, and carbon fiber treatment over here. You can see the lip spoiler over here, beautiful, and massive vents over here. Look at this, and you can see another bird over there. Can you? Yeah. So that is basically to draw in air for the turbocharger. So that's the intercooler over there, and the front looks so menacing. In fact, AMG badging over here as well, and the headlight looks beautiful too. So you can see it gets the multi-beam LED, and Mercedes-Benz is written over here. Yeah, that's right. The lights look beautiful at night, and this car sits lower down. It gets front parking sensors, obviously slightly flared wheel arches, V8 bi-turbo 4matic plus written over here, and it says AMG carbon ceramic. So these are carbon ceramic discs, and as you can see, the disc is like really big, in fact bigger than your regular hatchback. AMG badging over there as well, Mercedes logo over here, and this yellow colored brake caliper looks absolutely beautiful. 20-inch wheels over here on this particular car, Pirelli rubber, AMG written over here as well. The alloys look really very nice. I mean, the attention to detail on this car is simply marvelous. Look at this treatment, wow. In fact, even on the rear view mirrors you get this carbon fiber treatment, and from the side this is an absolute beauty. I mean, it looks so purposeful, it looks fast while standing still, and this matte grey paint job also looks beautiful on this car. Okay, so rear parking sensors, the light also looks beautiful, and E63 S badging over here. It gets a lip spoiler with carbon fiber treatment on it. It's a small spoiler, I really don't know if it adds to anything at higher speeds. AMG written over here, and massive quad exhaust with AMG written over here. So, oh my god, it is hot. Nice rear diffuser here, and there's a towing hook of this car, which I don't know has come off for some reason. Anyways, as you can see, this E63 looks absolutely scintillating. In fact, people are coming to take pictures of this car, so that's how beautiful this vehicle looks. So this is obviously for aerodynamics. This flap over here from the side, I mean, I can keep rotating around the side again and again and again, because that's how beautiful it looks from the side. So let's quickly get into the rear seat of this car right away. So the doors open large and wide, the door pockets are big enough, and these are actually the speakers. So manually you have to pull these sun blinds over here. So it comes in one piece for even the quarter glass, unlike in the BMW M5, and the seat looks really nice and comfortable. So over here we've got a center armrest as well. In fact, there's good amount of space. Now remember one thing, this particular car, the E63, isn't based on the same E-Class which is sold in India, because that is the long wheelbase. The E63 is based on the short wheelbase E-Class, obviously for better performance and lighter weight. As you can see, there's decent amount of space at the rear, actually good amount of space. The seats are very comfortable. You can see the velvet treatment over here, and nice perforated seats look beautiful. In fact, there are cup holders over here as well. You press them to open, this opens like this. There's space to keep stuff over here as well. So twin cup holders over here, and the cabin feels really very nice. So it gets a 4-zone climate control system, AC vents over here, AC vents on the B pillar as well, and there is no magazine holder and slightly scooped out seat back, but these are hard. The seats, beautiful treatment over there, along with this gapping over here. Nice if someone's sitting ahead and you're sitting behind, you can just tickle them like that. Anyways, there is a massive transmission tunnel over here, so 3 passengers are not going to be comfortable over here, but it does get 3 headrests. There's good amount of headroom as well, and under thigh support is decent, not the best for tall passengers. You get an ashtray over here along with a 12-volt charging socket. Meanwhile, the all black treatment robs away the airy feel, but it gets a panoramic roof, both at the front as well as the rear. Now this is for the audio system, the speaker, that is, handle over here, light over here, hook over here. So, you know, you just press this button to turn off the light. Same is the case over there as well. Overall, this cabin looks really nice. In fact, it's a car you can actually sit in the rear bench as well. It's that comfortable. But the thing is, the front seats are really massive. Okay, I'll come to that in a bit. As you can see, the dashboard looks really nice. Good amount of attention to detail. Lot of carbon inlays over here. Flat bottom steering wheel. Let's quickly get at the front right away. So let me tell you one interesting thing. This car is using an optional front seats which come from AMG. You can see Burmester high-end audio system over here. The speakers are placed there as well. Anyways, over here, let me show you that it has good amount of space in the door pocket. This is to open the boot of the car, which I will just do right away. And as you can see, the boot gets a space saver spare wheel which is on the floor, which kind of robs away the practicality of this car. And otherwise, the boot area is big enough. So you press a button to close the boot, and as you can see, the door pockets are large enough. Meanwhile, these are the controls for the power windows. This is to lock and unlock the door, which is kind of camouflage with this door pad itself. So first time you have to actually find it. These are the controls for the seat adjustment of the driver, and these are the memory seats with 3 memories. These are the buttons for the ventilation. This is for heating of the seat, that is, and there are 3 levels for the same. Now, if I want to move the co-driver seat ahead or behind, all I need to do is press this button, and then I can adjust the co-driver seat. In fact, I can also turn on seat heating and seat cooling from here as well. So yeah, that's a nice touch. Basically lets you control the co-driver seat, which means that the driver has all the attention in this car. AMG badging over here. This is to adjust the side bolsters over here. This is to adjust the side bolsters over here, so you can get the perfect driving position. And this is to adjust the lumbar support. As you can see, footwell area is massive. In fact, the accelerator pedal is the other way. And as you can see, there's a dead pedal here as well. Now this is for electric parking brake. This is for the headlight controls, and this is to adjust the brightness of the heads-up display. This is for the fog light, and this is to raise the car. This is to recline the rear curtain for the rear windscreen, and this is to turn on and off the heads-up display. This is to turn off the parking sensors. Meanwhile, the beautiful Burmester sound system looks really very nice. The fit finish is excellent. Look at this. The speakers over here as well. This is the light which projects at night on the road to tell you exactly if there is any puddle. Rather, that's called the puddle lamp. Now you can see these seats are really nice and awesome in terms of appearance, and they get the AMG logo over here, AMG written over here as well. Metal finishing. Like really, these seats are absolutely scintillatingly awesome, but that's only in terms of looks, because they are a bit hard. Now these are optional seats. They actually come from the Mercedes-AMG GTR, and you rather opt for the regular seats because they are just too hard for my liking. Now let's get inside the car right away. Now you can see the cabin looks really nice. It is similar to the E-Class, but the big difference here is that it gets twin 12.3-inch screens. One is over here and the other is over here. Now it's in a single glass piece. Looks really elegant, similar to the one on the S-Class. Now the steering gets electric adjust for both reach as well as rake. The quality levels are just surreal. So let me just show you the instrument cluster. Now look at the instrument cluster. I can go into multiple modes. So even for the display, I can decide if I want it progressive, classic, or I want it into sport. Now let's just get into classic for a moment. Now if I get this to the right, I can decide what I want inside the tachometer. So right now this is the G-force meter, this is the track pace in command, I don't even know what that is. This is for tire pressure monitoring, this is the regular tachometer, and this shows you the map. So plenty of options here. In fact, on the left also, if I come into the progressive mode, I can still choose how I want the display to be. On the rightmost side, again, it has the same plenty of things. There's also a meter which shows you how much boost is there from the turbochargers, how much power and torque you're using in real time. That is so cool. So if I put it into classic right now and get into that mode, as you can see, while driving this car, I can see how much power and torque is being used in real time. So when I get into sport, as you can see, the cluster looks really very nice. Yellow outline with red line in red color. Obviously AMG written over here, fuel meter over here. So this is a very nice and dynamic meter. In fact, if I get into the center again, and if I press the home button, Then I can decide how I want the heads-up display, the position of the same. So I get into heads-up display. I can decide on the position, brightness, what content I want to be displayed over there. So there are 4 modes for the heads-up display. One which will also show you the navigation. Then there's the speedo one. There's the small racing one, and there's a big racing one with even the lap time as well. So that's so cool in this car. Now, if I browse to the top and get into the main menu again, so I can go into telephone, media, radio, navigation, trip meters, AMG performance, and it basically tells you what is the boost pressure like, which tells you what's the temperature of the engine as well as the oil temperature. So I can browse this to understand which mode the car's various settings are. So basically, you know, the various modes in this car. Over here, the drive mode. So if I switch it, I can decide if I wanted individual, comfort, sport, sport plus, or race. Now obviously the good thing over here is that these parameters tweak the engine, the gearbox, the exhaust, the traction control, even the suspension setup, as well as how fast you want the gear shift. You can get into manual mode by pressing this button, so that changes it into manual mode. It also gives you a display over here. When you actually press any of these buttons, you can choose how you want the suspension setup to be. So you can see AMG ride control, sport, sport plus, or comfort. Now this is to turn off traction control. This is for the parking cameras and also for automatic parking, and it has got plenty of cameras. It's got front camera, it's got rear cameras, and it's also got a 360-degree camera, something which is missing in the BMW M5. Now this is the exhaust button for the active exhaust. This is for the volume. This is to go into home. This is to go back, and this is the rotary knob to browse through stuff, because none of these screens, obviously the instrument cluster cannot be a touchscreen, but even this screen isn't a touchscreen unit, which is kind of disappointing. Now as you can see, this cabin is quite practical. It has got twin cup holders over here, a BMW M5 key over here. This is wireless charging. There's a USB slot over here. This closes. The beautiful AMG badging is over here. Meanwhile, over here below the center armrest, you've got an SD card holder along with 2 USB ports as well. This is deep enough. This looks beautiful. It's nice to operate. It is just very slick, this whole interface to use, and this system has a lot of features as well. So if I get into home right now, as you can see, similar to ones which I was showing you over here. In fact, let's go back once again. Now when I get into this particular mode, now this is like a touch over here on both sides. Now this is for the audio system, this is for the instrument cluster, and this is to receive or decline a call. The horn is really nice. This is to get into Mercedes service. This is to get into Mercedes assistance. It has got database systems like automatic braking. If it sees an obstacle ahead, it will also blink over here. It also has got attention assist, which by the way is a cool feature to have in a car as fast as this. Steering feels really nice to hold, gets this velvet treatment, flat bottom over here, AMG logo over here, 3-spoke steering. Here the paddles of this car. This is the gas selector, and these are the controls for the indicators as well as for the wipers. So let's quickly use the wipers. As you can see, spray is really nice and fast, does a great job as well. As you can see, the heads-up display over there, that also looks very nice. Now this is for the cruise control. This is to basically adjust the steering wheel, and this is the engine start stop button over here. The whole car feels really nice. 4 AC vents over here and 1 on each side obviously. Meanwhile, the glove box is decent size as well. Cup holders in plenty in this car, and there's a clock here as well. These are the controls for the various systems over here. Meanwhile, this is for the air conditioning, which chills the cabin in no time at all. Now over here in the sun visor, we get 2 sun blinds. One is this one. Obviously there's a mirror as well as a light. You remove this out, and there is another sun visor over here. Well, that's again a very nice touch. Same is the case over there as well. And over here we've got a speaker. These are the controls for the light, and it also gets a sunroof, which the BMW M5 misses out on. As you can see, it is quite large, and when you open it, it takes its own sweet time to retract, but then brings in a lot of airiness inside the all black cabin of the car. Well, that's about it. It won't go any further. Press this button and it will come back. Now you can see it gets an auto dimming inside rear view mirror. Let me quickly turn on the lights and show it to you. So plenty of lights. There's a light over here, there's a light over here. It also turns on the light for the rear passengers from here. So all the controls are placed here as well. The cabin feels really very airy, and most importantly, this car has so much equipment. I mean, it's kind of confusing. The M5 is very simple. It doesn't get much information here on the instrument cluster. All you need to do is press buttons, and it will immediately show you on priority what are the various modes on offer right away, which I think is a good thing, because all you want to do is focus on the driving. Anyways, coming to the audio system on this car, well, let's play it right away.
A few punch lines just in case, cause even you unsigned rappers are hungry, looking at me like it's lunchtime. I know there was a time where one side.
The audio system is phenomenal. As you can see, the speakers actually come in and go out when you play an audio track, and also has this beautiful ambient lighting. Just simply amazing. The audio track, the audio quality, and that sense of occasion and drama when these speakers come out. In fact, in the Maybach, it even happens in the rear, on the rear door speakers. That's so cool.